The Chicago Bulls, 6 championships between 1991 and 1998. Manchester United, between 1987 and 2013, 13 English titles and 25 other domestic and international trophies. The Melbourne Storm, probably one of the most successful NRL franchises in Australia. And the Aussie Netball Diamonds, winning 11 of 14 World Championships. The keys to their success? Phil Jackson, Sir Alex Ferguson, Craig Bellamy, and Norma Plummer. The coaches were the key to the success. Now, every one of those teams had superstar players, but someone had to keep those superstar players' egos in check, and that was the coaches. Welcome to JTInTheRaw, coming to you live from the Three Sisters here in New South Wales, Australia. What a great view. Thought you guys might like to check this out this morning. JTInTheRaw comes to you at a different place almost every week, and it's where I get to chew the thin on business. And after 30 years in business, I got just a few thins to chew. So welcome to today's show, because I'm going to be talking about coaches and getting the benefit out of your coach and you as a leader being a coach of your team. And hang in there, because I've got a great free giveaway that will help you refine your leadership skills. Good morning, Brett. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Maddie Fletcher. Good morning, Jay. Great having everybody on board this morning. A couple of shout outs. First shout out this morning goes to the Aussie and New Zealand servicemen and servicewomen. Yesterday in Australia was Anzac Day, and I want to just pass on a heartfelt thanks to all servicemen, servicewomen and their ancestors or descendants who basically saved our country and give us in a country a place where we can live and enjoy freedom. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for everything you have done. Also, big shout out to all the brand new members of the Active Management community. The Active Management community is a Facebook group that we've set up, and we have gone nuts over the last week or so. Actually, we've gone nuts over the last few months. So if you are in the fitness industry and you are not in the Active Management community, put active in the comments below. I'll send you a link so you can jump into this community. We're just about to clock over 500 people, and there are some serious, intelligent industry people in that group, royalty, if you will, of the industry. So please, absolutely put active in the comments below, and we will get you into that group. Good morning, Mark Kaplan. How are you, mate? And finally, a couple of big shout out to Sean and Tim, a couple of brand new coaching clients that I have. Picked them up this week. We've been chatting over the last couple of weeks, and looking forward to having them involved as coaching clients. Morning, Sind. How are you? All right, so let's just talk a little bit about these rock star teams, the Chicago Bulls, Manchester United, the Melbourne Storm, even the Aussie Diamonds netball team. And we talked about those coaches, you know, the Jacksons. We talk about Bellamy. We talk about Ferguson. And we talk about Plummer. Some real serious coaches. But within those teams, there were and there are some fantastic players, some rock star players, some best of all times. Michael Jordan springs to mind when we think about the Chicago Bulls. We think about David Beckham when we think about Manchester United. But what we've got here is a leader who has developed the culture of that team. And what are they doing in order to drive a strong culture? Have these experts, these superstars, leave their egos on the sideline and come and participate with a desire to win. All right, so let's talk about perhaps some of the thoughts from Alex Ferguson. Good morning, Anne. Yes, you made it. What time is it there in Vietnam? Great having you here. Morning, Jody. So here's what Alex Ferguson said, or Sir Alex Ferguson. He said 4 interesting things. I want to read them to you. Number 1 is give all your players better technical skills than the opposition. So in whatever business you're in, there's only one thing that you can control, and that's the technical skills. So what are the technical skills? There's Zoe down the background there. Wave, Zozo. There she is. What are the technical skills for your job? How can you as the leader work with your team to have the supreme technical skills? Simon Cron, who's the assistant coach at the Waratahs, he says that there are some skills where NTR, no talent is required. These are those technical skills. If you can refine those skills, you're on the way to a really sharp team. Number 2 is that if we can make them better people, they will go nowhere. They'll have great loyalty. If we can make them better people, it will enable them to go anywhere in life. So one of our roles as leaders of our team is to simply make our team members better people. What are we doing to make them better people? Number 3, there's a runner. Look at him all sweaty. Give younger people a chance to repay your loyalty. So when you work hard with them, in order to help them grow as people, they will give you some loyalty in return. So give them a chance and they will repay you with their loyalty, regardless of what generation they are. Good morning, JP Richard. And number 4 is give the people, your team, the attention and the opportunity for success. Are we giving them an opportunity for success, or are we giving them an opportunity for failure? Perhaps if we haven't done those first 3 things, then we're setting them up to fail. And that's what we need to do. So those 4 things again from Ferguson. Let's give them the best technical skills. Let's help them become better people. Let's give them a chance. And let us, number 4, is give them the opportunity to be successful. Some great thoughts there from Alex Ferguson. All right, but here's where his real advice comes through for us. And this is what we can all take note of, is that we must understand where our business is, and in the cycle of our business, do our current team members in their cycle fit our vision, fit our team and what we are trying to deliver. Look at the cycle of the business, look at the cycle of the players, and do they in fact match? And a classic example here is David Beckham. So when Beckham was with Ferguson at Manchester United, he had Beckham right at his peak, and that's when he got rid of him. Now, he started with him at the age of 14, and then he was getting rid of him. In fact, Beckham looked at Ferguson as if he was some sort of surrogate father. Morning, KPM. How are you, KPM? Morning, Nicky. But what he did was he realised where Beckham was travelling when his cycle was not in the direction that the business needed, or the soccer team needed to head. I have a client that I was working with in Adelaide here in Australia, and he said to me, I'm so frustrated with losing my team members. I said, well, where are they going? He goes, they're always getting better jobs. I said, well, then you should pat yourself on the back, because you've given them the opportunity to move forward. And where the business was going, their cycle was different to where the team member was going. So we must always, as leaders, we must always look to the future. We almost look to the future of our business. And when we look to the future, it allows us to be strategic, it allows us to be rational, and it allows us to be systematic. And that's what good leaders do. Rational, systematic, and strategic. Are you that? If you like that, give me a love heart right now. If you think this is an area that you need to improve on, give me a love heart right now. Hit love heart. Let me see them come up that you need to improve your your strategic thinking, your rational thinking, and also your systematic thinking, because that's the way you're looking at the business. All right. By the way, if you like any of this, put Alex in the comments below and I will send you this article on Sir Alex Ferguson that was in the Harvard Business Review. Just put Alex in the comments below and I will send you the link to this great article. All right, here's another thought that he had. I love this one. So Alex Ferguson picked players who wanted to win. So Alex Ferguson picked players who wanted to win. In other words, he picked bad losers. Not bad losers who were bad sportsmen, but bad losers who hated to lose. This meant that they would do almost anything to win. In fact, his superstars, the David Beckhams, they would stay out on the field longer than anybody else just so that they could refine their skills. They wanted to win that much. Oh, Scott Sadler, you're a classic. Alex in the comments below. You just had to put Alex, not the whole Alex, in the comments below. Rachel, I'll send you the link. I will send that to you. So here's what he instilled in his players: values. Values of high standards. So when they were running drills, they wanted those drills to be done at such a high standard, such high level of perfection, morning Eugene, that these skills became second nature to them. In their training, second nature. And that's tip number 2 from Sir Alex Ferguson. Are we doing that in our business? Are we ensuring that those technical skills that we want to improve are so strong that they are just second nature for our team members? Whether you're talking about a sporting team, a department, a sales team, a hospitality team, a reception team, are those technical skills second nature to our people because we drill them so hard into them and that we set such a high standard that even our superstars keep practicing and keep refining? If you like that idea, that tip, give me a love heart. Hit love heart right now and let me see people if they are enjoying that. All right, here was the 3rd tip that I read from Sir Alex Ferguson. And this one was a real fascinating one because he said we always kept trying to win. We always kept trying to win. We could be down 2-0. We were going to lose the game. But imagine the feeling if we came back from 2-0 because we kept trying. We kept pushing hard. We kept pushing the boundaries, even if it cost us another goal. But we pushed those boundaries and we won 3-2 or we won 4-3. Interesting concept, interesting way of looking at business is that even when we're behind, we still drove hard in order to achieve because we were losing anyway. But what about that feeling when we came over the top? We beat adversity and we came over the top and won. It's a great concept. What do you think of that? Give me a love heart right now if you love the idea that even though you're losing, you try anything to win, to get that feeling of overcoming adversity to win. Give me a love heart if you love that one. Morning, Benny Storeworthy. Great having you. So here's the message from all the coaches. All coaches, those coaches, Jackson. Oh, we got 5 fingers up. Those coaches, Jackson, Norma Plummer, Craig Bellamy, Sir Alex Ferguson, they all say we need to step out of the bubble of work. They all say you can see amazing things when you watch the business. You can see amazing things when you watch the business. They all say it's critical to be able to watch because you'll see things that you don't expect. You'll see things that you don't expect. It also is important that you trust the people that you delegate. And the 4th thing that all of these coaches said is that they needed a coach. They needed someone to confide in, someone to speak with, someone to bounce ideas off, and someone to hold them accountable to what they were seeing and what they were watching. See, these 4 best coaches in the history of their sports, Phil Jackson in basketball, Sir Alex Ferguson in football, Craig Bellamy in rugby league, and of course Norma Plummer in netball, they all had their own coach. They all had their own coach. Why? It was to help them get better. Why? It was to see things that they didn't see. And number 3 was to continue to give them faith and to trust their decisions, to continue to give them faith to trust their decisions. So I guess today's show is about giving you some leadership tips, but it's also to inspire you to reach out. And just because you're a great leader, just because you're a great coach, doesn't mean you don't need a coach. Maybe a coach can take you to a new level of leadership, can take you to driving that culture in your business, to take you to new levels in your business, to take you from being 2-0 down to 4-2 up. There is nothing wrong with having a coach. it actually makes great sense and could make great sense into great dollars. See what I did there? Do you like that concept? If you like what I'm talking about, hit me up with a love heart right now. So if you want to talk to me about coaching, please put coach in the comments below and we can organise a time to have a chat about coaching. But even if you don't use me, I want you to think about a coach who can hold you accountable, a coach who can help you get better, a coach who can see things that you don't see, and a coach who can give you faith as you trust others, as you delegate responsibilities. That's the show. What do you think? If you think anyone could get any benefit out of today's show around becoming a better leader and learning from Sir Alex Ferguson, then please put their name, tag them in the comments below. Love you to share the show with anybody you know by tagging them in the comments below. If you would like a copy of the Sir Alex Ferguson article that I referenced today, put Alex in the comments and I'll send you that file so you can have a read of that article. It's a great article. I highly recommend it. It is fantastic. So put Alex in the comments below. And of course, if you want to talk to me about doing any coaching, just put coaching in the comments below and I'll organise a time for us to have a chat. What's on this week? Well, today we're going to be exploring the magnificent Blue Mountains here in Sydney. And then we're heading to Orange this weekend. Zoe has a netball carnival. Oh, she's hanging right here. I'm sure she wants to get on. You want to come and say hello to everybody? Here she is.
Hello.
There she is. We're off to Orange to see her play netball this weekend. We're on a netball carnival. And then back to Sydney next week. We've got the Industry Leaders Roundtable for Anytime Fitness. And then I'm working with a team of Anytime managers on Friday, where we're going to be talking about leadership, as a matter of fact, and some sales and service type activities within their businesses. So we've got some pretty cool things happening over the next week. So keep an eye on Facebook. You'll see where I'm at and what I'm up to, of course, as always. Now, before we go, we must finish with, what's the last thing we finish with on every show?
Quote of the week.
Quote of the week. How good is she? Quote of the week is this: your leadership sets the culture, and it's okay to ask for help for your leadership. Leadership sets the culture, and it's okay to ask for help for your leadership. One more time, your leadership sets the culture, and it's okay to ask for help for your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned to JTInTheRaw, show 143, coming to you live from the Blue Mountains. And right at every end of every show, we say, catch you on the
Flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.